Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Juan Carlos Monsalve. Today is November 24th, 2023. The time of this recording is 6:46 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to play another shoe of Baccarat today. And this free information is for entertainment purposes only. If you decide to use any of my strategies, please be mindful that they may not work 100% of the times and that you may lose money. The name of the game is Baccarat. For all the scorecards, including today's game, please visit my website, juancarlosmonsalve.com. You can find them there in a PDF form. If you want to support my work, if you want to support my channel, you can go to a website that is called buymeacoffee.com /Juan Carlos Monsalve, or you can PayPal me at paypal.me /Juan Carlos Monsalve 12. You can also use Cash App, $ Juan Carlos Monsalve. Please give it a like to this video, subscribe to my channel, ring the bell for future notifications, share the video with others, including your personal social media, and you can sit back and observe. We are going to play as usual. We're going to start with a $25 minimum bet. We are looking to win at least 5 original units or $125 minimum. We use the Martingale betting system. The only change that I do to that system is that we don't reset after a win. We stop after a loss and we have reached our 5 units target. I call it this strategy the Monsalve betting system. The bets are after each loss are as follows. $25 is the original, the first bet, and if we lose, so if I lose, it goes to 50. If I lose, it goes to 100. If I lose 200, 400, 800, 1600, 3200, and 5000. The reason from 3200 to 5000 is because 5000 is usually the maximum amount uh, or the maximum limit per table when the minimum amount is 25. 25 minimum, 5000 maximum. So, as always, this is my spreadsheet that I use. Um, you can access my YouTube channel at Juan Carlos Monsalve 1652. I also have a Facebook group, the Baccarat Research. You can register there. You can uh, become a member of the group as well. It's free of charge as well. And again, don't forget to give it a thumbs up to the video, to subscribe, ring the bell, share, sit back, and observe. We are using the my play. What it shows here is the how I'm gonna be playing this shoe. It's very important. Every position here belongs to that specific number. Let's say that if hand number one, that's the play for hand number one. This is number two. This is number two. So if I'm playing this hand here that it says 27, that's because that is the position for that bet. I cannot mix any of these numbers. Every hand that I have here or every play that I have here, it has to match the number. In case that you are following these strategies, that's the way I have created the strategies. Every single one of these has a position and it has to be maintained. You want to have the same success. So we're gonna start this new shoe um, because I'm using this combined. I call it a combined banker and player when it starts banker and player. This is not my best strategy. The best strategy is when I separate when it starts with player and when it starts with banker, because I'm just uh, doing something to be able to play. I won't be able to reveal that other strategies or the other two strategies I will do that when I reach 1,000 subscribers. Um, to the people who subscribe to my channel. If you subscribe to my channel, you can send me the screenshot of when you subscribe it, and you can send it to my email at juancarlosmonsalve12@gmail.com. The only thing is that I have to wait until I get to 1,000 subscribers before I release those strategies. Every day that I play a new shoe, I add that information to the strategy. That means that these strategies are changing every time that I play a new shoe and I'm recording. So we want to start now. Please sit back and observe and enjoy the show. Thank you. The first card that we're burning is the King of Hearts. So we need to burn 10 cards. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a total of 11 cards that we are burning. And the first hand, first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has 4 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0. Banker has a 2 and the third card is a 6 for a total of 8. So this is a banker hand. So 4 player, 8 banker. This is a banker hand. I start with my play is a player. So I lost this hand. I lost $25. So my next bet is gonna be player, as it says here. On this side, player or one in blue is for player. Minus one is for banker or red. On this side of the screen, the one is a win and the minus one is a loss. So this one is a loss. This is my play. My play was player, but the first hand was a banker. So the next hand, because we lost this hand, it will double that amount. I mean that it will be 50 and I'm playing player. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 7 and stands. Banker has a 6 and stands. So this is a 7-6 player hand. I bet player, so I won the hand. I won 50. My next bet, we don't reset as the difference of the Martingale betting system. We reset in the Martingale betting system, not in the Monsalve betting system. We keep the same amount, and the same amount is going to be 50, and I'm going to be betting banker this time. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker, and now this is a tie, 6-6 is a tie. There is no winner or loser. The bet amount for the next hand is going to be the same, but because it's a tie, I move this one space. So I will be moving my money to a player. So I'm gonna be playing player this time. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a 0 player and natural 9 banker. That was a banker hand. I was playing player. I lost this hand. I lost $50. Now I'm down 25. And because I lost this hand, I will be betting 100 next hand, and I will be playing player again for the next couple of hands. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. We have player 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 9. Banker has a 4 and only gets a third card if you get anything from 2 to 7. So no more card for banker. So this is a 9 player, 4 banker, and this is a player hand. I was betting player. I won this hand. I won 100. Now I am up $75. My next hand is gonna be another $100. We'll keep the same bet, 100, and I will be betting player one more time. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. We have five player and gets a third card. The third card is a one for a total of six, and banker has a three and gets a third card. The third card is a four for a total of seven. So player six, banker seven. This is a banker hand. I was betting banker. I lost this hand. I lost $100. Now I am down $25. My next two bets will be bankers. I will bet in banker. Next bet amount will be 200 because I lost this hand. I will double the bet, so it's gonna be $200 banker. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a zero and gets a third card. The third card is an eight, so it's eight. One, the banker gets a third card. The third card is a zero, so this is an eight player. Banker has one. This is a player hand. I was betting banker. I lost this hand. I lost 200. So I am down $225 at this moment, and my next bet will be 400 because I lost the hand. It doubles again. So I will be betting banker. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a six and stands. Banker has a three and gets a third card. The third card is a zero. So three is six player. Three banker. This is a player hand. I was betting banker. I lost this hand. I lost 400, and now I am down $625. My next bet will be $800, and I'm playing player. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Banker has a five and gets a third card. The third card is a one for a total of six. Banker has a two and gets a third card. The third card is a seven for a total of nine. So six, nine. This is a banker hand. I was betting player. I lost this hand. I lost $800. Now my next bet will be 1600, and I will be betting banker. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Now we have player 7, banker natural 8. So this is a banker hand. I was betting banker. I won this hand. I won 1600, and I am up $175. The bet remains the same, 1600. My next three bets will be players. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card player, second card banker. Now player has a natural 8, and banker has a 0. So this is a player hand. I will bet in player, and I won this hand, and I won another 1600. My next bet will be again 1600, and I will be betting a player. First card for player, first card for banker, second card player, second card banker. Now it's a natural 8 banker, and player has a 0. So this is a banker hand. I was betting player. I lost this hand. I lost 1600. Because I lost 1600, I am up $175, because it is say that if I lose one hand, and if I'm already reached my target of 5 units times 25 is 125. I am up 175, so it is time for me to stop playing. I have to be very strict discipline. Um, strict discipline. So I am at 175. I won't be playing any more money on the shoe. I still will complete the shoe because I need to collect more data. So this is I made $175 in 12 hands. So my next bet or my next play is gonna be player. So player with no money. First card for player, first card for banker, second card player, second card banker. Player has six and stands. Banker has a zero and gets a third card, and the third card is a six. So this is another tie hand, 6-6. So no winner between player and banker, just a tie. We go to the next one. Next, first card for player, banker, player, banker. Now I have a seven banker and stands. Player has a four and gets a third card. The third card is a three. So for a total of seven. So seven player, seven banker. This is another tie. Um, um, and my next bet is gonna be banker. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has one and gets a third card, and the third card is a zero. And banker has a two, and the third card is a zero. So 1-2. This is another banker hand. Um, this is I won this hand. No money, no money, but I'm still now I'm down two hands out of this shoe. I have lost two more hands of those that I have won. My next hand will be I'm going to be betting player. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a seven and stands. Banker has a four and gets a third card. The third card is a one for a total of five. So player seven, banker five. I won this hand. I won no money. I wasn't betting any money on that hand. My next bet is gonna be a banker. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. I have a player three and gets a third card. Banker has a zero and gets a third card. The third card for player is a zero, so it remains at three, and the third card for banker is a five. So three player, five banker. That is a banker hand. My bet was on banker, so I won the hand. Now I am even. The zero here means that I'm even. No more. Uh, the same amount of hands won and the same amount of hands lost. Right now we have six players, eight bankers, three ties for a total of 17 hands. And the next hand is first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Now I have a natural eight player and a five banker. This is a player hand. I was very player. I won this hand. And you look at here, I have won four hands in a row. Unfortunately, because this loss, I could have been winning 1600 if I would have won this hand, 1600 per hand. But because I have to follow my rules, I have to quit betting at this point. That's why I haven't been able to take advantage of uh, this winning streak. That's what I look for when I'm betting this system is to get to a point where the bet is high enough and then I start winning, like a winning streak. So I benefit from those wins. But $175 for probably 12, 15 minutes of work is not that bad. So next hand I will be betting banker. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Banker has a seven and stands. Player has a three and gets a third card. The third card is a zero. So three player and seven banker. This is a banker hand. I will be betting banker. I won this hand. Again, no money, and all these blues are wins. One, two, three, four, five. After my last loss, we continue. First card for player, banker, player, Banker, player has a 3, banker has a 3, player gets a third card, the third card is a 3 for a total of 6. Banker has a 3 and gets a third card, the third card is a 9, so it reduces to 2. So banker 2, player has 6. 6 player to banker, this is a player hand, I was betting player, I won this hand. Again, this is I keep the winning streak. Unfortunately, I'm not betting any money at this point. We continue. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a tie. 7 player and 7 banker. No card for either one of the two, player or banker. So this is another tie. We have a total of 4 ties on the shoe. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0. So and the banker has a 3 and gets a third card. The third card is a 5 for a total of 8. So 0 player, a banker, and that was a banker hand. I was betting banker, so I won another hand. On this one, yeah, this one was a tie. I still move my money. I move my money to the next bet. That's why every position. This one has a position in my betting or my play. So if I get a tie, if the next one is not the same, like in this case, I was betting player and I got tie, but my next bet is a banker. I need to move my money to the banker side. I used to keep it in the same place. No, I move it because I found out that it makes a difference when I don't use the ties or when I use the ties. So every tie is like it occupies a space and a space in my in my play. So my next bet will be I'm gonna be playing 4 players either 4 players. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 4 and gets a third card. The third card is a 2 for a total of 6. And banker has a 1 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0, so 6, 1. This is another player. I was betting player. I won this hand. I'm up five hands, 5 more hands than those that I have lost. Um, my next hand, first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 1 and gets a third card. And the third card is a 9 for a total of 0. So 0 player, banker has a 3 and gets a third card. The third card is a 9, so it reduces to 2. So 0, 2. This is a banker hand. I was betting player. I lost this hand. My next hand, I have 2 more players to play. So my next one is a player. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has 6 and stands. Banker has a 1 and gets a third card. The third card is a 2. So 6 player and 3 banker. This is a player hand. I was betting player. I won this hand. My next hand will be again. It's gonna be another player. First card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has 6 and stands. Banker 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 2. So 6 player, 2 banker. This is another player hand. I was betting player, so I won this hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Uh, Player has a 6 and stands. Banker has a natural 8. So it is a banker hand. I was betting banker, so I won this hand. My next two hands I will be playing player. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Banker has a 7 and it stands, and player has a 4 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0. So 7 banker, 4 player. Was This is a banker hand. I was betting player. I lost this hand. My next bet will be for player. I'm gonna be betting player. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Now I have a natural 8 player, but I have a natural 9 banker, so banker is better than 9, better than 8. So that was a banker hand. I was betting player. I lost this hand. I will be betting 3 bankers in a row. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Now player has a natural 9, banker has a 6, so this is a player hand. I was betting banker, I lost his hand. Still will play 2 more bankers. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a natural 8, banker has a 6, so this is a player hand. I was betting banker, so I lost this hand as well. My next bet is first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 6 and it stands, and banker has a 3 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0. So 6, 3, and this is a player hand. I was betting banker, so I lost this hand. My next hand is I'm gonna be betting player twice, 2 players in a row. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. The third card for player is a 2, third card for banker is a 1. So this is a 2 player, 1 banker. This is a player hand. I was betting player. I won this hand. My next hand I will be playing player. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. I have a 5 player and gets a third card. The third card is a 9, so it reduces to 4. And banker has a 0, and the third card is a 7, so 4, 7. This is a banker hand. I was betting a player. I lost this hand. My next bet will be for banker. I'm gonna be playing banker my next hand. First card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 1 and gets a third card. The third card is a 5 for a total of 6 player. And banker has a 4. It gets a third card if we get anything from 2 to 7. So the third card for banker is a 6 for a total of 0. So 6-0 player hand. I was betting banker. I lost this hand. My next hand, first card for player, first card for banker, second card player, second card banker. Player has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is another 0. So 0 player, no more card for banker. So 0-5, that was a banker hand. I was betting player, so I lost this hand. My next hand, first card for player, banker, player, banker. Now player has a natural 9 and player has a 7. And that was a player hand. I was betting banker, so I lost this hand. My next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 6 and it stands. Banker has 3 and gets a third card. The third card is a 3, so for a total of 6. So 6-6. This is a tie hand. I was betting banker. So my next bet is also a banker, so I don't need to move the money. The money will remain in the same place. Okay, we're playing hand number 39. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 4 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0, so it remains at 4. And banker has a 1 and gets a third card. The third card is an 8 for a total of 9. So 4, 9. This is a banker hand. I was playing banker, so I won this hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 4 and gets a third card. The third card is a 5 for a total of 9. Banker has a 4 and gets a third card. We get anything from 2 to 7. So the third card for banker is a 0. So it is 9 player for banker. So this is a player hand. I was betting banker, so I lost this hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now banker has a natural 8. Player has a 4. So this is a banker hand. I was betting banker, so I won this hand. My next hand, first card for player, banker, player, banker. The player has a 6 and a stance. Banker has a 2 and gets a third card. The third card is a 4 for a total of 6. So 6 players, 6 banker. This is a banker. This is a tie. So 0-0. I had my money placed on banker because this is a tie and my next play is a player. So I will need to move the money. Before I used to leave the money in the same place after a tie. Now I look and what my next play, and if I need to change it, I will change it. So my next bet is going to be player. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 1 against a third card. The third card is a 2 for a total of 3. So 3 player, banker has a 5 and only gets a third card if we get anything from 4 to 7. So no more cards for banker. So 3, 5. So this is a banker hand. I was playing player, so I lost this hand. My next two bets would be bankers. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 2 and gets a third card. Banker has a 1 and gets a third card. The third card for player is a 0, so it remains at 2. And the third card for banker is a 5 for a total of 6. So 2 player, 6 banker. This is a banker hand. I was playing banker, so I won this hand. My next hand will be a banker. I will be betting banker. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has 7 stands. Banker has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0. So 7 players, 0 banker. This is a player hand. I was betting banker, so I lost this hand. My next bet will be player. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 1 and gets a third card. The third card is a 7 for a total of 8. Banker has a 1 and gets a third card. It's a 0, so it remains at 1. So 8 player, 1 banker. This is a player hand. I was betting player. I won this hand. My next bet will be a banker. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Banker has a natural 8, player has a 3. This is a banker hand. I was betting banker, so I won this hand. So next hand I will be playing player. First card for player, First card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 6. Banker has a 2 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0. So player 6. Okay. Okay. So this one is player 6 and banker 2. So this is a player hand. This is a player hand. I was playing player, so I won this hand. My next four hands I will be playing banker. So my next four hands will be bankers. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Banker has a 6, player has a 3, the 3 gets a third card, the third card is a 4 for a total of 7. 7 player, and banker has a 6, so it remains at 6. Only gets the third card, we get 6 or 7. So this was a player hand. I was betting banker, so I lost this hand. My next hand, first card for player, banker, player, banker. Banker has a 7 and it stands, and player gets a third card. The third card is a 4. So 4 players, 7 banker. This is a banker hand. I was betting banker, so I won this hand. My next hand, first card for player, banker, player, banker. Now banker has a natural 9, player has a 6. So this is a banker hand. I was betting banker, so I won this hand. My next hand, first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 7 and it stands. Banker has a 3 and gets a third card. The third card is a 9, so it reduces to 2. So player 7, banker 2. So this is a player hand. I was betting banker. I lost this hand. My next hand will be player. My next bet will be to player. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Banker has a 7 and it stands. Player has a 5 and gets a third card. The third card is a 6, so it reduces to 1. 1 player, 7 banker. This is a banker hand. I was betting player and I lost this hand. My next bet will be banker. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. So player has a natural 9, player has a 2. So this is a player hand. I was betting banker, so I lost this hand. My next play will be player. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 5 and gets a third card. The third card is a 7, so it reduces to 2. 2 player and banker has a 6 and gets a third card since we got a 7 third player third card. The third card is an 8, so it reduces to 4. So 2 4, but I still want banker. Banker, and I was betting player. I lost this hand. I will be betting on, or I will be playing banker my next 3 hands. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 1. Banker has a 2 and gets a third card. The third card is an 8 for a total of 0. So one player, 0, 0 banker. So this is a player hand. I was betting banker. I lost this hand. My next play will be banker. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. So banker has a 6, player has a 0, player gets a third card, it's a 6, and I have a 6 banker. I got a 6 or 7 player third card, so I need to hit this 6. And the third card for banker is a 3 for a total of 9. So 6 player, 9 banker. This is a banker hand. I was betting banker, so I won this hand. My next play will be banker. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Now I have a natural 9 banker. Player has a 2, so this is a banker hand. I was betting banker or was playing banker, so I won this hand. My next two hands would be players. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. So now I have a natural 9 player and 3 banker. This is a player hand. I was betting player or was playing player, so I won this hand. My next play will be player. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Now I have a natural 9 player one more time and a 0 banker. This is a player hand. I was betting player, so I won this hand. My next hand, first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 4 and gets a third card. The third card is a 2 for a total of 6. 6 player, banker has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 9. So this is a banker hand. I was betting banker, so I won this hand. I will be playing banker 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more times for a total of 8 with this one that I just won. Um, and that is my play for the next few hands. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 4. And banker has a 4 and gets a third card. We get anything from 2 to 7, so it gets a third card. The third card is a 3. So 4 player, 7 banker. Okay, we continue with the shoe hand number 63. We have a 4, 7, and that was a banker hand. I was betting banker, so I won this hand. My next few hands would be bankers again. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. I have a 4 player and gets a third card. The third card is a 1 for a total of 4. Banker has a 3 and gets a third card. The third card is an 8, so it reduces. So it is a 5 player and 1 banker. This is a player hand. I was betting banker or I was playing banker, so I lost this hand. My next hand will be another banker, or I will be playing banker my next. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Now banker has a natural 8 and player has a 6. So 6-8 banker hand. I was betting banker, so I won this hand. Again, I would be betting banker. Next few hands. First card for player, banker, player, Banker, player has a 2 and gets a third card. The third card is a 6 for a total of 8. Banker has a 1 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0. So 8 player, 1 banker, and that was a player hand. I was betting banker, so I lost this hand. My next 3 hands would be bankers. So first card for player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 3 and gets a third card. The third card is a 4 for a total of 7. Banker has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 2. So 7 player, banker 2, and this is another player hand. I was betting banker, so I lost this hand. The total we have 30 players, 30 bankers, 6 dice for a total of 66 hands. My next hand, first card players, first card banker, second card player, second card banker. Player has a 2 and gets a third card. The third card is a 8, so it goes down to 0. And banker has a 3 and no more cards for banker, so banker remains at 3. So this is a banker hand. I was betting banker, or I was playing banker, so I won this hand. My next hand will be also another banker. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 2 and gets a third card. The third card is a 6 for a total of 8. Banker has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 6. So 8 player, 6 banker. This is a player hand. I was betting banker, so I lost this hand. My next bet is gonna be, or my next play is gonna be player, and first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 3 and gets a third card. The third card is a 7 for a total of 0. Banker has a 3 and gets a third card. The third card is a 4 for a total of 7. So 0 player and 7 banker. So this is a banker hand. I was playing player, so I lost this hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Player has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0. Banker has a 0 and gets a third card. The third card is a 1. So 0 player, 1 banker. This is a banker hand. I was playing banker, or was playing banker, so I won this hand. My next hand will be another banker, or will be playing banker. First card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Player has a 4 and gets a third card. The third card is a 0, and the 6, and no more card for banker. So 4 players, 6 banker. So this is a banker hand. I was betting banker. I won this hand. My next bet will be, or my next play will be player. So first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. I have 4 player and 3 banker. Player gets a third card. The third card is a 0. So for player, it remains at 4, banker 3 and gets a third card, and the third card is a 0. So banker remains at 3, 4 player, 3 banker. This is a player hand. I was betting player, so I won this hand. My next hand, I will be playing 2 bankers in a row. So first card for player, I got the cut card, so I will complete this hand. I will take one more. So first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. So now this is a tie hand, 7 player, 7 banker. This is tie hand. My next hand will be a banker. And this is the first card for player, first card for banker, second card for player, second card for banker. Banker has a 5, player has a 0. The third card for player is a 2. So 2, 5, and we only get a banker. Third party, we get anything from 4 to 7. We get a 2, so no more card for banker. So banker remains at 5. 2 5. This is a banker hand. Uh, sort of this is my bet is banker, so I won this hand. Now we came to the end of the shoe. Um, the total number of hands on the shoe were 74. 74 hands, 32 players, 35 bankers, 7 ties. We won $175. We won. We completed 12 hands and we make $175. From there, we didn't play any money. But at the end of the show, we won 5 more hands of those that I lost, and the amount of money, the lowest balance that I had on this shoe was 1,425. That was the amount of money that I was down. I was down 1,425. Besides that, I needed $1,600 to be able to play the next hand. So if I add these two, I would have needed $3,025 to survive this shoe, to survive and make $175. Um, Now we go over the different scorecards. I have scorecards two from two columns of two up to columns of 11. A total of 10 scorecards. And I see what we can see here. I see row number 6 in 1 to 11, 6 bankers, 4 players here, 4 bankers here. In 1 to 10, I see 4 bankers, 3 players, 3 more players here, 3 players here, 4 bankers, 3 bankers, 3 bankers. 1 through 9, I see 4 players here, 3 players, 3 players, 4 bankers, 3 players. 1 through 8, I see here 4 players, 3 bankers, 3 bankers, 3 bankers, 3 bankers here. Next, 1 through 7, I see 3 bankers, 4 players, 4 players, 3 bankers, 3 bankers, 3 bankers. And here I see 3, 6, 9 bankers in a row, 3 bankers in a row here. Every 7, I see here 5 players in a row, 3 bankers in a row, 3 more bankers in a row, 3 players in a row, 3 bankers in a row. 3 players, 3 players, 3 bankers. Every 5, I see 3, 6 bankers in a row, 3, 6 players in a row, 3 players, 3 bankers, 3 bankers, 4 bankers. Every 4, I see here 4 players, 5 bankers, 3 bankers here. Every 3, I see 4 bankers, 3 players, 4 players, 5 bankers here, 3 players, 3 players here, 6 bankers here. That's every 3. Every 2, I see here 3 players, 3 bankers, 4 players, 3 bankers, 3 players, 4 bankers, 3 bankers here. Okay, those are the different scorecards that I automatically populate when I enter the information here between player and banker. They automatically calculate all these amounts here and numbers here. So this scorecard will be available in my website as well, juancarlosmonsalve.com. You can find them in a PDF form there. You can open them and you can print them and you can do any type of verification with your own strategies. If you want to support my channel, you can do it uh, by going to PayPal or paypal.me/Juan Carlos Monsalve 12 or a website buymeacoffee.com/Juan Carlos Monsalve or Cash App dollar sign Juan Carlos Monsalve. My YouTube channel is at Juan Carlos Monsalve 1652, and my Facebook group Baccarat Research. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up to this video or a like. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so you get the notifications when I upload a new video. You can share this video with others, with family, friends, your personal social media. And every time that you watch any of my videos, just sit back and observe. And this is not my best strategy that I have. This is a combined strategy for when it starts with player, banker, or even a tie. I will use this strategy combined. But I have two separate strategies, one when it starts with banker and one when it starts with player. I will reveal to the first 1,000 subscribers that I have in my YouTube channel. You become a subscriber, you can send me a screenshot that you are subscribed to my channel, and when I complete the 1,000 subscribers, I will send you the strategy that I use, um, the two strategies that I use, one when it starts with banker and when it starts with player. For now, we're going to be using this strategy until I need to collect more data. I'm looking to get probably 200 games. Right now, I'm in about 32, 33. So I need several more, and I will try to post a video every day. I'm probably taking a day or two off every week, but I'm going to try to get as many videos as I can with this data. You can use this data. It's free. It's free in my website. It's free in my YouTube channel. The subscription to my channel is also free. So that is all for today. And thank you, and have a wonderful day or evening, depending on what time you're watching this video. All right, have a good one, and I will see you in the next one.